All right, Greens family, this is Bomani and we're live on Revolutionary Camp. We're here having a deep dialogue with my brothers who have traveled to Ghana with me, both 2 times. We are here to talk about a serious subject as we're talking about Black African nation building, and we're talking about things that affect us and kind of our decoys or roadblocks in the way of us really progressing. So tonight we're here to talk about while child support and mass incarceration are white devil systems to destroy the African family, especially here in America. All right, and I have my 2 brothers with me who want to take the floor to speak your mind on these 2 systems. If you want to speak about both child support and mass incarceration and how it all connects, or if you just want to talk about one or the other.
I guess I'll start because I'm born and raised in southeastern United States, in the state of Georgia. So I've had the opportunity to witness mass incarceration firsthand. And what I have to say about mass incarceration is that it is a destructive mechanism for African people in America, African Americans. Mass incarceration is a system that is perpetuated by white European males from Europe and in the United States of America. And this system was created, mass incarceration came about around the war on drugs, late 70s, early 80s, during the Reagan administration.
No, actually it started with right after slavery. You know.
Okay, we want to go back to.
Yeah, we want to go right back where it started.
Okay.
You know, it go right back to slavery.
Okay.
You know, it's another way to keeping Black people enslaved. Period.
Correct. You have right now at the moment over 1 million Black men in federal, state, and local prisons and jails in the United States. That is unheard of. And from my research, I think, and other people's research, it's around 90%. It's actually non-violent crimes. Mm-hmm. And these are long prison sentences. And to give you an example, I have friends that have been in prison for 18, 19 years for crimes that they committed, from like statutory rape, with a white girl when they were 17, and she was 16, and the parents said he raped her and all this kind of stuff. They used the legalism to get these individuals, my friends and cousins, into mass incarceration, and they're still in prison to this day. And they never reform anything. They go for appeals. Racism plays a major role and prejudice in these sentencing laws that they put in and sneak in. So mass incarceration is a danger and a genocidal weapon of mass destruction that the country of the United States of America uses to destroy the Black male and also the Black female as well.
And I just want to say, contrary to what you may or may not believe, all the people that's in jail, locked up right now, the majority of them are not criminals per se. They may have committed a crime or on trumped up charges or whatever, and there's a lot of innocent people, innocent Black men that's in jail and just thrown away. So I think that's one thing that we should start focusing on even more, so we can help our brothers and sisters that's getting locked up on different charges and just being put away and thrown away.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And also, how do we connect the system, that another system that feeds? What are some of the systems that feed into mass incarceration? We're talking about this mass incarceration, but one of the systems we also talked about earlier,
child support.
Child support. How does that connect into that system also, and how does it destroy the Black family?
In a lot of cases, non-payment of child support, which is a government issue, finance, people are being locked up for not paying child support according to what the so-called law says. So
they lock somebody up, how they're going to pay the bill?
Right.
That's our food system.
Right. There's a catch-22 to that, and there's a reason behind why they are so aggressive on collecting or punishing the person for non-payment. The reason being, back when I think it was the president, Lyndon B. Johnson was president, the federal government put in in the Constitution or an amendment saying that for every dollar that the federal or the state would collect for child support from the actual child support the person is actually paying, for every dollar that's collected by the state, they would match the state $1.
Right.
And that's coming from the federal government, the U.S. Treasury.
Right.
So if a person is paying $500 a month for child support, that money goes to the mother, right? Or vice versa, the father who is paying it. The state of, say, Georgia, or whatever state you live in, Texas or Florida, they're going to also get $500 match from the state of whatever state they're in. So that's why they're so aggressive in punishing and locking people up and suspending their license and taking away other privileges they have within the society. So it's a catch-22. It's basically a part of the capitalistic, aggressive, hyper-capitalistic society of America.
And I don't know the stats on it too, but I'm sure there's plenty of European men in America that don't take care of their kids, and they don't get put on child support, and the court don't go after them. So I think it's just geared towards black men as another way to keep us from moving forward.
And emotional black women, when the emotions are caught up in the moment, when they're mad at the father, black women are quicker emotionally to run to this system that they think benefits them, is going to help them, which is actually destroying both parties. And that's another reason why emotionalism based off of anger and bitterness causes her to target the black male to put him within the system, but she really not knowing the full effect it has on her life and detrimental effect it has on her children as well.
Right.
So we have to really be able to learn to work things out amongst ourselves.
Right, you should work things out amongst yourself.
That's one of the things I appreciate about the African culture, as well, is giving people reason why they should leave America and live in Africa and be a part of the family structure of Africa. Because in a certain situation, even the Ghanaians in America, for the most part, when I talk to different people, they mention that when they have issues or problems dealing with family, they don't go to the white man's system in America. Right. They go to their cultural system. Right. Even if they have to go to the council, there's always that element of their culture, even in America. Mm-hmm. And you think about how strong it is on the African continent. All my brothers and sisters who are married into the culture there in Ghana, they always tell me that Bomani, the family structure is strong. These are the things that we need to start getting back to build a strong black family, instead of investing in our oppression and investing in us being a part of this evil, wicked system, which the ultimate goal is really just to get as much of us locked up in jail,
right,
and as much of us doing slave labor, so we don't have us, the warriors building that foundation, building these communal villages, building the infrastructure for our family, or for our family in the black world. So I have one of my other brothers that wanted us to talk on the system itself, on child support and mass incarceration. My brother, share some of your thoughts as you give a brief introduction about yourself.
All right, this is Brother Safari. Let's go back, like Brother Kofi.
Kofi.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Said, going back to slavery, initially breaking up the black family took away the man in multiple ways, from the shell game of different plantations, or from the breaking period of taking a warrior and having them disemboweled right in front of the woman, so she learned not to depend on him and depend on the white man for things. Now fast forward in time, the 13th Amendment clearly states about, once we catch a charge, how we can be used for fixing the roads and building prisons for, basically cheap labor again. Some jails is down to like 13 cents an hour or 13 cents a day. And if you look out throughout the Americas, from the late 60s to now, it's prisons all over. And now there's private prisons. It's all on the stock market. With that being said, the welfare system never wanted to have the black man in the house. The child support system didn't want to have the black man in the house. They kept making up different systems to keep the black man out of the house. Sometimes they don't even want, look at some of the community housing, they don't even want an 18-year-old male in the house. It could be an 18-year-old woman, a girl, daughter, but an 18-year-old male, no, he can't be in the house. So that felony is a big thing, and it's easy to get. along with child support, you said a fast feeder to mass incarceration is the miseducational system. That's a big one that sends a lot of our boys to the big house because the school system is not designed for us. It doesn't talk about us. It doesn't support us in things, and it just pushes us away. Now, Brother Derrick said it's the emotional. These sisters have been, the campaign has broken us far away. We brothers are kind of pushed to the right, and sisters are pushed far away from us. They getting the jobs, they getting the education, they getting promotions. Whereas when a brother has the same exact skills, it used to be the man could go out there and find good work. You know, that's a contradiction in itself. We want you to pay $600 a month, but the employment rate amongst black people is something like damn near 20%. You know, so how do you find a job and you can't get a job, but you want me to pay this? Money don't raise kids.
Right, exactly.
It's your presence that raises kids, not money. And then the sad part, when you was talking about the breakup of the money, I went through child support. If you send in $300, the system deducts and sends the mother whatever they chooses. Each state is different. Sometimes my daughter's mother would get $75, but I know I sent this. She's beefing with me, but I'm telling her I sent this, you know, and then the cycle just, and then she runs back up there and complains, and they send more to me. But what I told the court and I told the mother, put me in jail.
You get nothing now.
Let's see how much you get now.
Right.
And so she went up there and canceled it. I said, I'd rather do direct for the child. Because who can tell you how much you choose to spend? And the last part I would say was wrong with that complete system is I seen brothers who were like, say, Muslim, and they had intentions on raising their kids as Muslim, and then 6 years or 8 years later, they break up, and then she, just to be mean, she choose to take them out of the upbringing and put them in something totally different than their whole upbringing. They wasn't eating pork, now they're going to be forced to eat pork. They wasn't going to a Christian church, but now they're going to be forced to digest that mentally. You know, so it's sad, you know, and that's what's so beautiful when you say going back to outside of America. I've seen the islands and Africa say things like,
whole different world,
like what do you mean, her child?
Right.
90% of, I shouldn't say 90%, majority of the time, arbitrarily the child goes with the mother. The mother might not even have a job.
Right.
In that case, you know, since he doesn't have a job, but you have a job, you have a place for the child to stay, they still say the child is better with her. How?
Right.
How could you arbitrarily say that? But that's how it is.
I want to say one more thing as far as like the child support system. No one gains. The mother loses, the father loses, and the child suffers the most. Because the way it's set up, the mother and the father might be beefing with each other. The father is supposed to pay a certain amount of dollars every month. He pays that. He's mad at the mother for putting him on child support, so he cuts off the rest of the money. The child may need other money, but he says, I already gave my money, so I'm not giving no more. And the mother is always beefing with the father, like, we need more. But like he said, money don't raise children. Your presence raise children. They need that more than any dollar that you can give them. And to the sisters that use the child support system, you need to take more accountability for yourself, because you knew that man didn't have a job when you laid with him. So after you had the baby, now you want to take money from him and put him on child support when you know he already didn't have a job. That doesn't even make sense to me.
This is Brother Safari. I'd like to add one other thing. What I have found out about white guys who have child support, they got this thing called international custody disputes, where guys have elected to take their child abroad, because a lot of countries say a father can't kidnap his own child. So they take the child to somewhat of a country, and then it's upon the State Department in that country to decide if they're going to let the child come back, because the father can't be charged for kidnapping. It's your child. So
automatically, like, you know, here in America, if you're not married, Well, I know in Georgia, and you have a child with someone, the father have no rights.
Yeah.
You have to go pay money to get rights to your own child.
Yeah. I had to go through that. I had to pay $800 for the blood test.
Right.
Even though I'm on the birth certificate.
Right.
And we established all that in New York. But in Georgia, like you said, since I was not married, I had to reestablish that I'm their father.
Right.
You know, but while at the time, I still had to pay about $600 a month.
Well, appreciate you guys. Energy.
I gotta end one more thing though, because I don't want to just like get down on the sisters. And there are some deadbeat men out there, but sisters, you still have to take accountability. To me, when you have a child with someone, you're the parent more than a mother. You're the parent. The father is a parent more than a father. Because when you start defining roles, the father thinks he's supposed to do this, the mother thinks he's supposed to do that, but a parent is supposed to do everything, regardless of the other one. That's all I want to say.
Well, definitely appreciate your input on that. I was looking for us to start wrapping it up and getting some final thoughts. But I want to hear from my brother Derrick. I think Derrick is the only person that doesn't have a child in this situation.
Oh.
And I wanted to find out from him, knowing some of the things you know about the system, are you looking to build your family in America, or are you looking to build your family in Africa, and why?
Not America, because there's too many elements, pitfall elements, and things that could deter a child and sidetrack them in American society. So that's, for me, at the age of 35, that will be a no. I will not have a family in the United States of America, and that's just through years of observation and watching other people's families in American society. And that's a no for that. I will consider seriously having a family in Africa, because again, that's a safe environment. You don't have a lot of different nationalities coming over like in America. That's what America is, a melting pot. There is Africa for the Africans. So that's one reason why I would consider that. Plus, educationally wise, when I watch the children in Ghana, they all wear like uniforms.
Right.
They have those type of requirements, and then the way they get along and they socialize with one another, kids. It's just a beautiful thing to see in a safe environment, mentally, spiritually, physically, for the child. My child, I would feel like, our children. Mm-hmm. Who knows, I might get over to have 5, 10, 15, 20 children like back in the old-fashioned days. Right. So, I definitely will consider that and take that very seriously. But the United States, for me, too many dangers. Going back to prisons, the United States has over 3,000 counties and cities and counties. So with the prison system, there's estimated, if you have that many counties, there's over 3,000 prison, jails, and facilities operating in the United States, because every county is required in the city to have a incarceration or detention center. So I don't want my kid to be around that type of danger or anything of that sort. So, those are just some dangerous elements around in the United States. So no, I will not. It's just too much worry I would have to deal with, and I'm not stressed, and I'm not willing to put myself or my family in that type of predicament, knowing what I know now.
Well, appreciate it, brother. That was a very deep, intense explanation on these things, and I really appreciate you, brothers, for sharing all of the details and all the information. And I'm hoping that our people see more of the different subjects as we talk about them. That all the subjects that we talk about really is important for us, just like that movie Get Out, to get out of America,
get out,
and build Africa. So once again, family, I would definitely want to let you know about our GoFundMe energy for us to build this Repatriation Village in Ghana. That way we can be a better assistant for our people to return to the motherland. So go to GoFundMe, Repatriation Village in Ghana. We have the link in the comments and description, and give your support and energy. Also, once again, family, whenever you see the background that you see, we're always at the Strong Drink Juice Bar. Historical District, West End in Atlanta, Georgia. Link my brother, Ross Isaacs, Instagram, Vegan Dream. And also check out the website, vegandreamdonuts.com. And family, same as that, the information will be in the description box, comments and links. So check it out. We definitely want to have more and more people subscribe to the video series of videos that we put together. That way we can just really let people see the expansion of explanation of why we need more and more people to leave America and live and do business in the African continent. That's why we have our website, africafortheafricans.org, where you'll find information on our Repatriation Village, different tours that we have, a lot of preparation information to get you clear on the process of making a move. Tons of video on our YouTube channel that goes into incredible subjects, and we tend to just really just lay out the solution of the problem of us today in America, as we are just slave in a wicked system that no matter how much you flip it, change it, no matter if you're at your best, your highest, no matter how much money you have, you can be the President Barack Obama and still be a slave to America. Yeah? You know, when people think of the current president, they look at him as a boss, but the president before him was a black man, and you know his role was a slave. So even at the highest position you can attain in this country, you're still who you are, because this country is built for what it's built for white domination. That's it. Nothing else. Yeah. Your slave masters will never do anything to make you have equal rights or feel equal to them. Or even if you marry their children, have children with their children, they still would never, ever consider you equal, and you will still be in the same situation. So family, let's work towards building a black nation for ourselves in Africa, and connect with us. So family, once again, we're going to give a strong black fist for strength and power, and we'll catch you. The journey continues.
Black power.
Peace.